Hello everyone, Daniel here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, I'll be doing a review for episode 4 of Andor, Aldani. Um, Man, this series kicked off really strong with 3 episodes, and this one continues on that trend. This episode was directed by Susanna White, with written by Dan and Tony Gilroy, based on the works of George Lucas. In this episode, out of options, Cassian is recruited for a dangerous mission to infiltrate an Imperial garrison. As we saw after the events of last week, Cassian is on the run, and he is now working with somebody who we believe is definitely working against the Empire. Let's talk a little bit about the cast here because we're introduced to a few new characters. So we have Diego Luna as Cassian Andor, Denise Go as Deidre Miro. She's one of the rebels that we meet. Stellan Skarsgård as Luthen Rael, which we'll definitely talk about a lot. Genevieve O'Reilly as Mon Mothma. We also have Anton Lesser as Mayor Partagas. So these are Empire officers. Robert Ems as Supervisor Loni Jung, and Lucy Russell as Supervisor Grandy. So yeah, we see the story here as it unfolds on two fronts. We have the Empire and we have Cassian and the rebels, or at least what seems to be seeds of the rebellion. Let's talk about real quick what I think was my favorite part of the episode. Stellan Skarsgård is an amazing, fantastic actor. Last week we saw how much of a badass he can be, in portraying the role of Luthen Rael, this really cool rebel, like badass, capable, organized, well informed, and of course he knows what he's doing. And in this episode, we get to see how he lives the other part of his life and kind of his cover as he goes back to Coruscant, which is where he finally interacts with Mon Mothma. I really like Genevieve O'Reilly as well as Mon Mothma. I think they're taking the time to develop a few characters that we may know, and we may be familiar with, and introduce new ones that are really gonna just make it that much more fun to be in this world and actually for us to care because there's gonna be stakes as this part of the rebellion. So this is really really interesting. And yeah, Skarsgård was probably the MVP. There's a sequence where he is literally like he's acting within his acting role. He's transforming back into this person that he is, his alias. And at this point, most people may know him as this person that lives on Coruscant, whereas his true personality is that we saw on the planet Ferrix with Andor. So really really interesting stuff. Diego Luna continues to amaze me. I mean, he's just an amazing actor. But I also was really surprised by Lucy Russell um, as Supervisor Grandy. I think she's gonna make a formidable opponent. We also have, we still have Cyril Karn off in the distance as well. So I wonder how those things are gonna play out. If those two characters are gonna, their interests are gonna align, right? I think both of them, in the end, want to get to Cassian. So that's really cool. So I like that the Empire we're getting some depth with those officers and meeting who's gonna be a really our adversaries for this. At least for this part of the series. And then on the rebellion side, we're also meeting more characters that are going to be the support that kind of gets us from this series to where we know in Rogue One and beyond. So, and I think the next episode is going to be really exciting, just based on everything that was set up here. Uh, we do have here Cassian joining a new group, a new dynamic, but obviously there's a lot of mistrust. There's a lot of issues with having a new person involved. So, but I think Diego Luna, he plays Cassian as such a capable character that eventually he finally kind of breaks down those barriers, or at least he begins to break down those barriers with this new group. So I'm really excited. Uh, I haven't even talked about how good this episode looks. I really like the locations, both in Coruscant and then the other places that we see. The episode is called Aldani because they go to a planet or a system named Aldani. So really, really cool. Like I think I can't wait to see some behind the scenes stuff of like just the locations and all the stuff that was shot, in a real place, as opposed to using the really cool virtual reality box that they have. Um, so I'm very excited. I'm really enjoying the show, and I'm gonna keep covering on the channel as much as I can. But you guys, let us know, what did you think of this episode of Andor? What's your favorite part? All that good stuff. Is there any characters that you hope they will come back from the first few episodes? All that stuff here. Let us know down in the comments. So, as always, thanks for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Saturdays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. And stay tuned because we have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that fun stuff here in the channel. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.